I hope you are able to see the screen, students.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us begin with the second module, that is energy and potential, the subpart of module 2, energy and potential. Consider the unit test charge at a point at which we want to find the value of electric field intensity. Okay. Before that, let us define the electric field intensity. Electric field intensity is defined as the force per unit charge. This definition we already dealt in module 1, right? Electric field intensity is the force per unit charge or force by charge. That means the force experienced by a unit test charge or a unit charge is called as electric field intensity at that point where we are finding the electric field intensity. That is, electric field intensity is defined as the force on a unit test charge at that point at which we want to find the value of E bar. Consider electric field due to positive charge Q. Consider charge Q and the electric field due to this charge Q. Let us say we are placing a unit positive charge Qt. We are placing another charge in the vicinity nearby the base charge Q. Our original charge is Q. Nearby this original charge Q, we are placing another charge, say Qt. Okay. Then what will be the electric field and what will be the force on the test charge Qt that we have placed? Whether it will be moving in the same direction as that of the force or it will move in the opposite direction to that of the force. We'll see all those details. When we place the charge Qt near the charge Q, there's already an electric field due to charge Q, electric force due to charge Q. When we place the charge Qt nearby the charge Q, the charge Qt will experience a force due to the charge Q. Okay, and many examples we have solved on this, right? When we place some charge nearby the original charge, what is the force on the charge that we have placed nearby the charge? Such examples we have solved in our module 1. Now when we place this charge Qt nearby the original charge Q, it is experiencing a repulsive force. Why? Because both are having the same magnitude and same polarity. Both are having positive polarity and their magnitudes are, even though they are different, but their polarities are same. Positive, positive, it will repel each other and hence both the charges will repel each other. Okay, that means if we are placing a charge Qt, then it will experience a repulsive force because of the charge Q which is placed originally and tends to move in the direction of the force. In whichever direction the repulsive force is, in that direction the Qt charge will move. Now if I want to move this Qt charge against the electric field is directed on the charge Qt, correct, from the charge Q. If I am applying, say, some force and if I want to move the charge Qt towards the charge Q, then what will happen? There is a repulsive force. Actual force is repulsive force between the two charges. What I am trying to do here is I am moving the charge Qt towards, nearer to the charge Q, against the repulsive force, that is already existing, that is already acting on the charge Qt. Now when I am doing so, okay, when I am moving against the force, then some work will be done from my side, or the whatever charge is being moved, it will be done some work when that charge Qt is moved towards the original charge or towards the base charge Q. But if positive test charge Qt is to be moved towards the base charge, then it is required to be moved against the electric field of the charge Q, that is against the repulsive force of charge Q on the test charge Qt. Is it not? Therefore, what will happen here, students? An external source has to do the work to move the test charge Qt against the electric field. This movement of the charge Qt towards the base charge will require some energy or it requires some work to be done, correct? That is, movement of the charge requires some expenditure of the energy, or it requires to expend the energy. Energy is expended when the charge is moved towards the base charge. This work done, or the energy expended at the particular point where the charge QT is placed, that is called as the potential energy. Wherever the distance to which the charge QT is moved, at that particular point, whatever is the work done or the energy of that charge QT, that is called as the potential energy of the test charge QT. This work done becomes the potential energy of the test charge QT at the point at which it is moved. Hence, we say that work is said to be done when the test charge is moved against the electric field. Correct? When the test charge is moved against the electric field, some work will be done definitely. Now, I'll give one more example. There is a ball. Okay, there is a ball in my hand, and I'm dropping it. I'm dropping the ball from certain height. What will happen to the ball? What will happen to the ball? The ball will fall down on the ground, on the surface, on the earth's surface, right? Now, when I'm releasing the ball, am I applying any force on the ball? Do I apply any more force, or am I applying any force on the ball when I'm releasing the ball? Yes, I'm releasing the ball, cricket ball. Say I'm having a cricket ball in my hand. I'm releasing it. Okay, so what will happen? It will fall on its own. It will fall on its own. I am not applying any force. Why? What is the reason for that? Which force is acting on the ball? Why does it
Gravity.
fall? Gravity. Exactly. The gravitational force is the force of attraction which is attracting the ball towards the Earth's surface. Correct? It has its own acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.81 meter per second square. With that acceleration due to gravity, the ball will fall on the surface of the Earth. Now, the next point is, if I am moving the ball against, that is, if I want to throw the ball, against or to a certain height, I am throwing the ball to a certain height from the ground surface. Right? From where I am standing, I am throwing the ball against the earth surface. Then what I have to do to the ball, or what I am doing to the ball in order to move it to a certain height? What I am doing on the ball? Yes, what I am doing on the ball? I am moving it to a certain height. I have thrown the ball. So what I have done on the ball? Yes, students. What I am doing to the ball to move it to a certain height? Think. If I apply what, it will move to a certain height.
Force.
Force. Yes or no? If I apply a force on the ball, it will move to a certain height. Depending on how much force I am applying, it will move to that much height. That is, height is proportional to the force that I am applying. Both are directly proportional to each other. Okay. That means if I want to apply the force, if I want to throw the ball away from the earth's surface against the ground surface, I have to apply certain force against the gravitational force of the earth. I have to apply the force against the gravitational force of the earth. Okay. Then only it is possible for me to move the ball to a certain height. Otherwise, it is not possible at all to move the ball to a certain height. Okay. So this is another example where we are applying the force, or we are doing certain work. Here, the first example that we have considered, the work is done on the test charge. The second example that I gave you all, the general example, we are applying the work, or we are doing the work on the ball. We are applying the force. So work is said to be done. Right? We are doing certain work because there is a force applied and the ball is moving to a certain distance. We know that work is equal to force into distance. Right? So we say that some work is done or some energy is expended. There is certain amount of energy that we need to apply certain force we need to apply in order to move the charge or to move the ball in the second example that we have considered, so that they will move against the normal field, normal electric field. Okay. This work done becomes the potential energy of the test charge. This work is said to be done. Consider a positive charge Q1 and its electric field E bar. Consider a positive charge Q1 and its electric field E bar. Okay. There is some positive charge and the electric field due to that charge Q1 is E bar. Next, if a positive test charge Qt is placed in this field, if a positive test charge Qt is placed in the electric field which is existing due to positive charge Q1, then it will move due to the force of repulsion. The charge Qt will move due to the force of repulsion, due to repulsive force. Okay. This is the figure which shows here. This is our charge Q1, charge Q1. This is the charge Qt which we have placed nearby the charge Q1. There is a repulsive force. See the arrow mark directions, arrow directions. It is repulsive force that is acting on the charge Qt. Okay, and AL is the direction in which the charge Qt is moving. Its unit vector is AL bar. The charge Qt is moving through a distance of dl. It is moving through a distance of dl. The original force applied by Q1 on Qt is F. Okay, but we have to calculate the component F bar along the direction of dl bar where the charge is moving. Right, we'll do that. This is our FL bar, that is component of the actual force along the direction at which the charge is moving. Okay, originally when it is placed, it is having just the potential energy, and the charge Q1 is applying certain force on Qt. Correct. Now, when it is to be moved through a certain distance dl, then what is the component of the force along the direction dl? Okay, that is what we are supposed to find out. If the moment of charge Qt be dl, the direction in which the movement has taken place is denoted by the vector AL bar, which is in the direction of dl. AL bar is the unit vector which is along the direction of dl. It is along the direction of the dl. Okay. We know that according to Coulomb's law, the force is given by force is equal to Q into E, or E is equal to F by Q. Electric field intensity is force by charge, or force is equal to charge into electric field intensity. F is equal to Qt into E. Correct. This is the Coulomb's law's force equation. F is equal to Q into E. Next, what we are supposed to find out here, component of the force exerted in the direction of dl. The component of force, component of the original force F bar, that is, it is FL bar, component of the force is FL bar, which is exerted on the Qt when it is moved through a distance dl. Okay, along the direction AL bar. Component of the force exerted in the direction of dl is responsible to move the charge Qt through the distance dl. Originally, when it is placed, it is just having some force is exerted, but when it is moved through a certain distance, then the component of the force will change. We know that component of a vector in the direction of the unit vector is, now if we want to calculate component of the vector along the direction of the unit vector, then the property says that if we want to calculate the component of the vector, the component of the original force vector along the direction of dl, then it is given by the dot product of the original force with the distance dl. Okay, that is, sorry, with the distance with the unit vector al. It is given by the dot product of the force with the unit vector al, because FL is the component, it is the magnitude component of the original force, and its direction is AL bar. Hence, it is given by FL bar dot AL bar. FL bar dot AL bar, dot product of the two gives the component of the original force which is along the direction of AL bar. So in order to find the component of vector in the direction of unit vector, what we are supposed to do, we have to take the dot product of the original vector with the unit vector. That's the component of F bar in the direction of unit vector AL bar. It is a dot product, hence FL. FL is our component here. FL is the component. FL is given by original force is F bar dot AL bar. F bar dot AL bar. Write it. It's F bar dot AL bar. What is F, students? F is QT QT into E bar. That is F bar. Substitute this. F bar is QT E bar dot AL bar newtons. This is the force which is required to move the charge QT through some distance dl along the direction of the field. This is the force which is necessary to move the charge QT through some distance dl. Now next, if I want to maintain the equilibrium, the charge has moved to distance dl. Now I want to maintain equilibrium. I want to restore the charge position. Okay, if I want to maintain the equilibrium, then I have to apply an opposite force to this repulsive force, so that the charge will be in its original position, and that force value should be equal and opposite to the repulsive force, or to the component of the force which has moved the charge to distance dl. That is, to keep the charge in equilibrium, it is necessary to apply the force which is equal and opposite to the force exerted by the field in the direction dl. Therefore, F bar applied will be equal to minus FL bar. F bar applied will be equal to minus FL bar. That is minus of this minus QT E bar dot AL bar newtons. Okay, this is our applied F bar. That is the force that we have applied to maintain the charge in equilibrium, to restore the original position of the charge. Then when we are applying this force, we are doing certain work, hence work is said to be done. Thus there is expenditure of energy, or energy is expended, and this energy is given by product of what and what. How do you calculate energy? Energy or the work done? It is given by, what is the formula, students, to calculate the energy or work done? What is the formula that will calculate work done or energy? Yes. Which formula will use to calculate the work or the energy? What is the formula, students? Virpaksh Goda, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Which formula will use to calculate the work done? What is the general formula?
Original distance into
Yes.
mu
Into
change in distance.
Change in displacement into what? You are right. Change in displacement into force. Exactly. That is, product of force and the distance gives the energy or the work done. Hence, the work done in moving the test charge QT through a distance dl against the direction of field E bar is given by dW is equal to F bar applied into dl. That is, we have applied F bar applied force to maintain the equilibrium, and it is moved through some distance dl. Therefore, the product of these two will give us the work done. That is, F bar applied is minus QT E bar dot AL bar. Substitute that, minus QT E bar dot AL bar dl. But we know that dl AL bar, this is nothing but dl bar, vector dl bar, correct? Magnitude is dl, unit vector is AL bar. It is the distance vector. Distance vector in Cartesian is dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. The length vector, distance vector, it is in Cartesian dx ax, remember this formula, plus dy ay plus dz az. dl is dx ax, dl is dx dy dz. Al coordinates are ax ay az, and hence dl al bar will be dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. That is the distance vector. Therefore, dw will be equal to minus qt E bar. This dl al bar is dl bar vector. Therefore, instead of al bar dl, I will simply write it as dl bar. That is dot dl bar joules. E bar dot dl bar. Dot product, is it a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? Dot product. Dot product is always a scalar quantity, correct? Dot product will always yield us, it will always give us the scalar value, magnitude. Okay, your test question. Okay, find the dot product, right? Therefore, scalar product will always give us the, or the dot product will always give us the scalar quantity or the magnitude, and hence the work done is also a scalar quantity. dW, the work done is also a scalar quantity. Okay. Next. Now I will move this charge Q from the initial position to the final position. I am moving the charge Q from some initial position to the final position. If I want the total work done, then I have to integrate the small work done, small amount of work done, whatever is there. If I integrate those small amount of differential work done, then that will give me the total work done from the initial point to the final point. Okay, along the direction of the electric field. That is, if a charge Q is moved from initial position to the final position against the direction of electric field E bar, then the total work done is obtained by integrating the differential work, that is integration initial to final position dW over the distance from initial position to the final position. This is further, I will write it as initial to final integral, because dW is minus Q E bar dot dl bar. I'll just substitute there, minus Q E bar dot dl bar. Therefore, it will be W is equal to integral initial to final minus Q E bar dot dl bar. That is, W is equal to minus Q integral initial to final. Q is constant, take it outside. It will be simply initial to final integral E bar dot dl bar joules. This is one of the important formula for the work done. Okay, work done is given by the formula W is equal to minus Q integral from initial to final E bar dot dl bar joules. Okay, memorize this formula. We'll be using the formula when solving the examples. Okay, is it clear up till here, students? Any difficulty up till here, students? Prathamesh, any difficulty up till here? Prathamesh?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, right. Rohan, any difficulty? Rohan?
No, sir.
Chandik? Okay. Right. Next topic is line integral. Again, the same thing. We are considering the charge which is moved from initial position B to the final position A against the electric field E bar. Then the work done is given by W is equal to minus Q line integral. It is a line integral, single integral, B to A E bar dot dl bar. Then what is E bar dot dl bar? It is the component of E bar along the direction dl bar. In the line integral, under the line integral, E bar dot dl bar gives the component of E bar along the direction dl bar. We have certain mathematical procedure for finding this line integral. Let us see what is that procedure. Choose some arbitrary path from B to A. If you want to find out this line integral, whatever is this formula, if we want to calculate this, then we are adopting certain procedure. Choose some arbitrary path between B to A. Choose some path between B to A. Break that path into number of small segments. Okay, as we are doing here, you can look into this figure. This is the path that we have considered, some arbitrary path between B to A. This is our B. From B to A, I am considering some arbitrary path. I am breaking this path into number of segments. Say DL1 bar, DL2 bar, DL3 bar, DL4 bar, DL5 bar. Right? The path from B to A is broken into number of segments. Find the components of E bar along each segments. Then we are finding the component of the electric field intensity along DL1 bar, along DL2 bar, along DL3 bar, and so on. After finding the electric field intensity component, take the product of, that is E bar dot dl bar, and then multiply it with the charge Q. That is our formula for line integral. What is the formula for W? It is the E bar dot dl bar multiplied with the charge Q. First find out E bar dot DL bar. We are having the path lengths DL1, DL2, DL3, DL4 and so on. We are also having the electric field intensity components E1, E2, E3, E4 and so on. Multiply E1 dot DL1 plus E2 dot DL2 plus E3 dot DL3 and so on, right, up till En dot DLN. Then once we find that E dot product, then take the product with the charge Q. Integrate and take the, we are in, anyhow we are taking the summation. Summation is as good as taking the integral. Am I right? What is the meaning of integral? We are taking the summation. Small parts, if we integrate, if we add these small parts over the required length, that will give us the integration. That is the meaning of integral, correct? Therefore, when I take the summation, after taking the final summation, multiply that answer with the charge Q. That will give me the total work done. Find the components of E bar along each segment. Adding all such components and multiplying by charge, the required work can be obtained. Okay, this is a procedure for finding the line integral mathematically. Consider an uniform electric field E bar. Say the charge is moved from B to A along the path as shown in above figure. As the path is shown here, the charge is moved from B to A. This is the path of the charge, okay, from where it is moved from B to A. The path B to A is divided into number of small segments. Various distance vectors along the segments are DL1, DL2 bar, DL5 bar, and so on. Electric field intensities are E1 bar, E2 bar, E5 bar. Hence, the line integral from B to A is expressed as the summation of dot products. That is, W is equal to minus Q of E1 bar dot DL1 bar plus E2 bar E2 bar dot DL2 bar and so on up till E5 bar dot DL5 bar. But the electric field is uniform. This electric field, whatever is there, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, it is spread uniformly in the space. Okay, whatever the original electric field intensity is there, if we are calculating that, then these electric field intensities E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 or whatever may be the intensities, they are spread uniformly in the surrounding space. The electric field intensity is spread uniformly in the air medium, in the space. Okay, and hence E1 equal to E2 equal to E3 and so on up till E5. That is, I am generalizing it and I am assuming that to be equal to E bar. Instead of writing E1 bar dot DL1 bar, that is, I am generalized. So it is E bar dot DL1 bar plus E bar dot DL2 bar and so on up till E bar dot DL5 bar. E bar is common, take it outside. It will be minus Q E bar of DL1 bar plus DL2 bar and so on up till DL5 bar. That is our equation that we are getting here. W is equal to minus Q E bar dot of DL1 bar plus DL2 bar and so on up till DL5 bar. Here we are using a method called as method of polygon. According to the method of polygon, it states that when we are taking many such paths from the initial position to the final position, then the final resultant of these segments, whatever we have assumed, that is given by the line joining the final point with the initial point. I'll repeat. If we are considering some path between the initial point and the final point, right, the resultant of all these segments, is nothing but it is the one which we are obtaining from the line joining the final point with the initial point. That gives our resultant. The line which joins the final point with the initial point will give us the resultant. Okay. That is called as the polygon or the method of polygon. According to this, sum of all such vectors is the vector LBA bar joining initial point to the final point. That means instead of DL1 plus DL2 plus so on up till DL5, I can simply write it as the resultant vector that we have written here. You can see in this figure, it is simply LBA bar. That is the vector which is joining the line joining final point with the starting point, that gives the resultant vector, resultant segment vector, LBA bar. Instead of dl1 plus dl2 plus dl5, I am replacing that by lba bar. My equation will be W is equal to minus Q E bar dot lba bar, right? Okay, so this is our theory of today's class. Let us solve an example quickly. Note down this example. Find the work done. Find the work done in moving a charge of plus 2 coulomb. In moving a charge of plus 2 coulomb from 2,0,0 meter to 0,2,0 meter along the straight line path in 2 points. If the electric field is E bar equal to 12x AX bar minus 4y AY bar volt per meter. Note down the problem statement. Did you take down the statement, students? Question? Note down the question first, then we'll solve step by step. Is it taken down? Ilyas Ahmad?
Yes, sir.
Ilyas Ahmad, have you taken down the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take note.
Okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, right. Over? Okay, fine. Okay. Now, read the statement. Work done in moving a charge. We have to find the work done. How much work done is, how much amount of work is done in moving the charge of plus 2 coulomb. The charge given is plus 2 coulomb. If I want to move this plus 2 coulomb of charge from the distance or from the coordinate 2, 0 to 0, 2, 0 meter along the straight line path. There is a straight line path joining these two coordinates, that is 2, 0, 0 meter. Another coordinate is 0, 2, 0. One is 2, 0, 0. Another coordinate is 0, 2, 0 meter. If the electric field is E bar is equal to 12x AX bar minus 4y AY bar volt per meter. This is the electric field intensity that they have given. Is it not? Using this electric field intensity and the charge and the coordinates, we are supposed to find the work done in moving this charge plus 2 coulomb from this coordinate to this coordinate. Clear here? Write down the given details first. Q is 2 coulomb plus 2 coulomb. Then B coordinate, starting position, B is 2, 0, 0 meter. Note that here we have taken starting position as B and final position as A. Okay. So it is B starting position 2, 0, 0. Final position is A of 0, 2, 0. E bar is given 12x AX bar minus 4y AY bar. Write the formula for the work done. Just now we have derived that formula. Okay, the derivation is important of the work done. They ask an examination. Whatever we have derived just now, that is work done is given by minus Q integral B to A E bar dot DL bar. This is our formula that we are having. Then I told while explaining the derivation that DL bar is dx AX bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar in the Cartesian system. Now students, here important thing is that we have to identify in the given question which coordinate system they have given. That is very important first. That is the first you have to do. Okay, so first identify in which coordinate system it is given and which coordinate system they are asking. That is the first and the foremost thing that you are supposed to do before calculating the answer or before solving the numerical. Here if you look into the question, 2 comma 0 comma 0 meters, 0 comma 2 comma 0 meters, it is in Cartesian. Okay, if it is in Cartesian, then it will be dl bar is equal to dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Okay, if it is in cylindrical, it is the length vector is different. If it is in spherical, length vector is different. Okay, so you all have to remember this, that the length vector in Cartesian is dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Once you identified that, they are given in the question Cartesian system. It may be any example in this subject for that matter. You have to identify in which system the given coordinates are. That is very important, very important. Okay, then go for solving the problems. Okay, if this is the length vector, then w is given by w is equal to q is 2 coulomb minus 2 over the integral 2 comma 0 comma 0, that is our b point. We are moving from b to a, then a point is 0 comma 2 comma 0, 0 comma 2 comma 0, e bar, substitute that 12x ax bar minus 4y ay bar dot with dl bar, that is dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Okay, what will be the dot product of this and this, students? Tell me. Dot product of this 12x ax bar minus 4y ay bar dotted with dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Tell me what will be the answer of this dot product. Yes, please. How do you find that dot product? Look here, 12x ax bar dotted with dx ax bar, that is 12x dx ax bar dot dx bar is how much? What is the unit dot product of the unit vector with itself?
12x dx.
12x dx only. Why? Because ax bar dot ax bar is 1. Okay, ax bar dot ax bar is 1. The dot product of unit vector with itself is 1. Similarly, next 12ax, this is done. Then minus 4 ay bar, then dot with dy ay bar, dy ay bar. What it will be? We are dotting 4y ay bar with dy ay bar. X with x component, y with y component, you have to dot, and z with z component. That is how you have to perform the dot product. Minus 4 ay bar dot with dy ay bar. It will be ay bar dot ay bar is 1, so it will be simply minus 4 ay. Okay. Then other dot products, we know that ax bar dot ay bar is equal to ax bar dot az bar and ay bar dot az bar is 0. If you are taking in cyclic, I explained to when I was explaining the unit vectors. It is in cyclic x, y, z, x to y, y to z. Okay, like that, z to x. It is in cyclic. So when you take the dot product of x with y, it is 0. X to z is 0, z to x is 0, then y to z is 0. Only the vector dotted with itself is unity. Okay. And hence we get here, simplify this for the students. Tell me the answer, what you are getting. Simplify this. Minus 2 over the integral 2 comma 0 comma 0 to 0 comma 2 comma 0, 12x dx minus 4y dy. Tell me the, take down the steps and tell me the answer, what you are getting. Have you noted down these steps? Steps, have you all noted down up till here? You are not noted down, noted down. Try to solve in your own. Don't look at the final answer. Try to solve in your own, at least the last step, in between steps. Okay, and then tell me the answer. What is the answer, students? Anybody has calculated? Answer? Has anybody calculated the answer? Abhishek? Abhishek? Abhishek Bodhigop? Have you calculated, Abhishek?
Calculating, sir.
Okay, calculate. Shubham, have you calculated? Shubham?
Calculating, sir.
Okay. Suraya Banu? Sanket?
Sir, doing
Sanket? Doing? Okay.
got 64 joules.
64 joules. Okay. How you have done that? Last step, tell me. How you proceeded? I'll tell the last but one step. -2 integral 2, 0, 0 to 0, 2, 0, 12x dx minus 4y dy we got, correct? Then how you did the last step? Tell me the last step. How you have done?
Sir,
Yes, please.
applying upper and lower limits.
What was the upper limit for dx and what is the upper limit for dy? Yes. How do you
For
consider
x
the
is
upper
0
limit?
and for y 2.
First tell me for x. Let us go step by step. Okay, when solving the examples, we have to be careful. We have to do it step by step always. Remember, if you are missing any step, then you lose the marks in examination. Steps are very important. Don't try to jump from immediately from one step to some other steps. Okay, I'm telling in general. Okay,
2
so we
to
have to
0.
be 2 to 0. Yes, lower limit is 2, upper limit is 0. Correct. What about for dy? Dy? What to what?
0 to 2.
Dx is correct.
0 to 2.
0 to? Yes,
2.
you are right. 0 to 2.
0
Excellent.
to 2.
Yes, correct. You all are right. So y dy for dy, the lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 2. Okay. Let us look at that. -2 into the integral of 12x with respect to dx is 12x square by 2. That is x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, what limit they have given here? So x is, this is our x, this is our x here. So it is 2 to 0. 2 to 0. Then -4 integral of y with respect to y is y square by 2. So it is -4y square by 2 over the limits. Y coordinates that they have given is, their lower limit is 0, lower coordinates x component, x, y coordinate, and y coordinate of the upper one is 2. So it is 0 to 2. Y is 0 to 2. These are the limits. And once we simplify this, then we'll get, this one will get -24 if we solve this, correct? What will get this one? -4y square by 2. Yes, please. -4y square by 2, how much you will get? This one, this part. Yes, how much you will get? Yes, please. Rohan, Timsani. Rohan, Rohan is here. Rutvik, Gune.
Yes, sir.
How much you are getting this part? This one? Minus 4y square by 2.
Calculating, sir.
Calculate it and
Calculating
tell
in
me.
mobile.
Yes. Use your calculators. Don't use your cell phones. Keep always say whenever you are coming for this class, please keep your calculator, pen, book, notebook, everything in your hand. Okay, it should be ready in front of you.
My calculator is in my room.
Okay, do it please.
So minus 32 will come.
How much?
32. Minus 32, sir.
This one. 4y square by 2.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Here 4. It is 4. Okay. 4 by 2 is 2. Right. Upper limit is 2. 2 square is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. Simple. So here it is minus 32.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we are solving this particular example. Such other examples may. Okay, we'll look into some other examples in the next class, and then we'll proceed. In this class, I'll give just quick recap of what we started with. The topic on work done. We found what is electrical intensity. Then we have considered a just charge QT realized. Okay, we considering a test charge QT here by the positive charge Q1. And we have seen that there is a repulsive force. Some work is done if you want to move against a repulsive force, or energy is expended. And finally, we have derived the equation, and we have found out that the work done is given by the equation. This is in terms of integral. This is in terms of dW minus QT E bar dot dl bar joules. In terms of integral, it is W is equal to minus Q integral initial to final E bar dot dl bar joules. This is a line integral. There is certain procedure which is followed mathematically to find the line integral. Just choose any arbitrary path between B to A. Break the path into number of small segments. Find the component of E bar along each segment. Then dot dl bar for each, and we have taken this figure and we have found out the W is equal to minus Q E bar dot LB, and we have used a method of polygon which says that the total resultant is resultant of all this is given by the line which is joining, or the vector line is joining the final point with the initial point. And we have solved one example on the work done. Okay. Any doubts here, students? Yes, please. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Students? Everyone understood the discussion of today's class? Yes, please. Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any difficulty here, Prathamesh?
No, sir.
Any difficulty?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then we'll continue in the next class, students. I hope everybody have understood. If you have any doubts, you can message me or you can ask me personally, right? And I will be able to solve to your doubts, and I'll clear your doubts. Okay. Thank you, students.